Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a full body flexibility practice. I'm just going to use my bolster today. If you want to grab something to lay on, find some space to move though, and let's get started. So we will begin today laying down. Now if you have a pillow to lay on, it might be nice and long, go underneath the head, under the back, or maybe it's a little shorter, you just want to flip it. This is a deeper back bend. If you're going to have it close to the hips, under the middle of the back, and then our head and our shoulders will be on the ground, or at least close to the ground, past the pillow. So if you want to join me here, you can, or you can have something that's under your heads. You can lay flat on your back as well. Decide what you would like to do with your legs. You could get into your hips. Maybe take a moment to get used to laying on the pillow and then move the legs. And then your arms may be limited, again, depending on what you're laying on. But you might reach them above your head. That might let the upper body get a little bit heavier. Might take you a little bit deeper into a chest opener, a back bend. So you can always keep your arms by your sides or anywhere that's comfy. Well, let's take just a few moments. A slow, deep breath in and out. Do that again. A slow, deep breath in and out. And one more time. Fill your body up with air and let it all go. And then if you feel like you can stay here for a few moments just as you are, great. And if you feel like you should adjust, move a little bit, that's also great. Let's listen to our bodies today. Find the pose that suits you, that feels good for you today. A place where we can relax and breathe without much effort. And all the while getting an awesome stretch throughout the whole body. And we'll stay just like this for another breath or two. You might start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. We can move our legs, bring the knees together or the feet to the ground. And then if you're laying on top of something, you might be bringing your arms to your sides so that you can sit up and take that thing out from under you. Slide it off to the side and then come back down. Lay flat on your back. Maybe you'll hug your knees towards your chest. You could sway side to side a few times or just be still. But feel the entire length of your spine, your full back against the ground beneath you. And notice any sensations that are starting to flow throughout your body. And when you're feeling good, we're gonna come up to seated. So roll over or rock yourself forwards. But from seated, we're gonna set up 90-90 with the legs. With the right leg forwards and the left leg kind of back. So maybe that knee is gonna go out from the hip and your foot can go out from the knee, 90-degree-ish angles. Maybe feeling the hip flexor here. We're gonna lean back. So if you can bring your hands to the ground behind you. If you need to bring the knee closer to the foot, you can do that. And if you want more, you might stagger the back knee further back from that hip. Or you could lean back further. But a little tip off to the right side maybe. And leaning back. And find that sweet spot where you get a nice stretch, but you're able to relax a little bit. We won't stay here as long. But breathe. I want you to feel the love through the back leg for sure. The hip flexor. Now if you are leaning back, you can start to lean forwards and maybe to the right side a little bit too so that we can bring the back leg up to the top. Give the knees a hug or a squeeze. We will just be switching sides, so our left leg will be forwards, tipping to the left side a little bit. Set up your 90-degree angles with the leg or adjust from there. And leaning back if it feels good to do so. See how that right leg, the back leg is feeling here. The hip flexor. And then just enjoy a couple breaths. As you soften your forehead. Maybe just close your eyes. And we'll stay for just another breath or two. And then you can lean forwards and even tip to the left side a little to free up the back leg again. Give the knees a hug or a squeeze, maybe a rock side to side. And then we'll be sending our legs out long and out wide for a full straddle. You can grab your pillow, bring it in front if you'd like. Maybe your hands will be on the ground behind you. Push into the fingertips, lengthen the spine, maybe pointing your toes up. If you're already feeling the stretch through the inner thighs here, just stay, sit tall. Try to lift your chest off of the low back. And if it feels good to do so, you might be tipping forwards. But the further you go forwards, the deeper the stretch will be. So just go as far as your body allows you to go with little effort. Enjoy a few moments here, lengthening through the inner legs. Just you and your breath. as we breathe into the pose, your chest might get a little bit heavier. You might feel the stretch a little bit more. If you need to move at all, you can move or stay. See what happens when you just focus on your breath. Now, if you are folding forwards, you might take another breath or two before lifting up. And if you're using a pillow, you might place it off to the side again. But just help your legs come together. Use your hands, your arms, and help your legs come together. Give them a hug, a squeeze. Notice the sensations flowing throughout your legs. And then we're coming over onto our hands and knees. So into tabletop. Once you get there, you can sway the hips a few times, shake it out. Then we're going to be lowering onto our forearms. We're going to stay on our knees. But if you can turn your fingers to point out to the edges of the mat, maybe the right forearm can be in the front. You can stay here with the forearms in line with one another, or you can walk your hands out towards the edges of the mat, snugging the arms together more. Maybe the elbows find each other. Maybe you go even further than that and let your chest be heavy. Maybe rest your chin on your arms. Now, if you did snug the arms together more, take your time as you scooch things back. Just one forearm in front of the other, fingers pointing out to the sides. So you might be lucky enough to feel the stretch all the way through your arms into your upper back. We're going to switch sides though, so the left forearm can come in front, and maybe this is as far as you go. Or if the fingers want to make a little movement towards the edges of the mat, you can just see how much will the arms cross. How far will the fingertips go? Maybe you end up off of your mat, but let your chest be heavy and your head too. And breathing. And we can slowly start to scooch our way back. back to a place where maybe we can climb up onto our hands, back into our tabletop. And a shoulder roll or figure 8 leg movement might feel good, or you can be still, but I'm sure you're feeling something through your upper body now. So just notice what that feeling is. Did you go far enough? Did you go too far? What are you feeling throughout your arms and your shoulders now? Now you can start to sit with your legs in front again. You can give your knees a hug or a squeeze and maybe a rock side to side. We're going to lay down on our backs though, so you can lay all the way down. And maybe you'll bring your knees to your chest. Feeling your back against the ground. Again, a nice hug of the knees. And then maybe we can let the knees start to fall out wide. Use your hands just to support the legs. Let the knees open. Let the feet leave one another too. The ankles relax, the toes relax. And just allow your hips to open up. The knees to open up. Now you can continue to hold the knees, or you can lift the feet and reach for the feet. Happy baby. Trying to shine the soles of the feet up towards whatever's above you. A gentle press of the low back into the ground. And if you did reach for the feet, just start to let them fall back down again. Still floating, but let them fall a little so that you can grab the knees again. And maybe you'll notice the hips open a touch more as you relax the ankles, the toes. Your hands are supporting the knees. And then gently just guide your legs back together. Maybe all the way together. Maybe a little squeeze of the legs together before you drop your feet to the ground. Once your feet touch the ground, bring your hands behind your head. Lift your chin towards your collarbone, lengthening through the back of the neck. Let your head be heavy in your hands, and you can extend one leg out long at a time. Bring your feet out wide. Let your head get even heavier, and maybe you can slowly lower it down. Keeping the length through the back of the neck, but gently resting the head on the ground. And taking your arms, moving them to your side. Let your palms face up. And feel your entire body against the ground now. Settle into Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you have time for. Can you be still? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.